So you may have guessed from the name of this section, rectang, that that's the AutoCAD command which we're going to be using to create a rectangle. So we'll do some practice freehand rectangles first of all. Okay, we're going to type in the shortcut REC, and you'll see on screen we've got REC brackets rectang, so you can see the shortcut and you can see the whole command. Press enter, and literally by clicking in the bottom left hand corner and then the top right hand corner, opposite corners, you can draw a freehand rectangle. If you press enter, you can repeat the command, and that's true for any command, so enter will repeat the last command you did. So we can then do opposite corner to opposite corner, enter, opposite corner to opposite corner. Okay, so it's pretty easy drawing freehand rectangles, and you can practice that as much as you like. And then we're going to do some undos. So I'm using Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. And now we're going to draw some rectangles with a bit of control. We're going to draw the first one, okay, on the left hand side. So REC enter is your speed key. We're going to go for here to draw the rectangle, and we're going to type in the two dimensions, the 600 first, comma, and then the 1200. So 600, comma, 1200, enter. Whenever you finish typing, you must press enter, because otherwise AutoCAD doesn't know that you finished typing. And if you're doing horizontal dimensions, okay, you do the horizontal first followed by the vertical, because it's the x-axis first, which is left to right, followed by the y-axis, which is up and down. Okay, so that's a pretty straightforward, easy rectangle to draw. So we're going to try the second one. Okay, different dimensions, but you follow the same rule. You always do the horizontal dimension first, followed by the vertical dimension. So x-axis first, followed by y-axis. So let's try that again. REC enter. Click for the bottom left hand corner. Move the mouse so you can see roughly what you're going to get. 1000, 600, enter. Now I made a typing mistake there, so I didn't get the full 600, did I? So I didn't get the full 1000, so I'm going to do a Control Z, REC, I'm going to try again, click, move, 1000, 600. So that's a common mistake really that I've just made there. When you're typing in a number of zeros, just check the number of zeros that you've used, because you get a little bit of bounce on the keyboard and you think you've typed in 3 and you might only have 2 or you might have 4. Now, of course, if you are making errors, you want to self-error check. So I'm going to show you how to check the size of your rectangle after you've drawn it. If you just click onto the rectangle and you hover over the top left-hand corner, you'll see that AutoCAD reports back to you the size of the rectangle you've drawn. And there we go. That's fantastic. To get rid of those blue grips, move your mouse away, press Escape twice, and we're back into drawing. Okay, let's try the long thin rectangle at the bottom. Okay, that's 1600 by 66. And remember, the same rules apply. The 1600 comes first and the 66 comes after a comma. So we'll type in the shortcut, REC, enter. Click for the left hand bottom corner and pull away. And we're going to type in 1600, 66, enter. And there we are, we've got the rectangle that we wanted. Okay, last little exercise, here we go. This is a portrait arrangement as opposed to a landscape, but the same rules apply. REC, click, pull away, 400 first, 1400, enter. Okay, it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Now you can also draw rectangles that go down as opposed to up. But when you have the dimension in the y-axis going down, it must be a minus dimension. So we're going to hook the next rectangle onto the top right-hand corner of the rectangle that we've just drawn using endpoint snap. So here we go. REC, enter. Find your endpoint snap and click on it. Pull down in the direction you're expecting this to go. And we're going to have a rectangle which is 600 by minus 600. Okay, so 600 first, comma, minus 600. Enter. Okay, so you can see this square, because it's 600 by 600, goes down from the point that you clicked as opposed to up from the point that you clicked on. So it's a minus y. Okay. So of course you could also do minus x and minus y if you wanted to. So let's try that. We're going to do 600 by 600 again. So REC, enter. And we're going to come over into this corner, click, and pull down in the direction you're expecting. Minus 600, comma, minus 600, enter. And you can see the direction now of the rectangle relative to the point that you clicked. Okay, that's great. So we've got an easy way of drawing rectangles. We've got a protocol which means x-axis first followed by the y-axis. We can decide whether the rectangle is going up or down by which of the two dimensions we decide are going to be minus, and they can both be minus. The other thing we can do is self-error checking, so we can select the rectangle, hover on the corner, and AutoCAD declares the size. So that's good. And the last thing that you need to know is that once you've got a rectangle, you can hover onto the corner of a rectangle, and AutoCAD will tell you what it is. And this one is made with a polyline. All rectangles are made with polylines, and if you hover, you can see that. Right, we're hovering right on the edge. And this means that the whole rectangle is one object. So that makes it very sensible, easy to use, easy to copy, easy to move. And so we're to expect that all rectangles, as they're constructed, are polylines. Now, we haven't done much with polylines, but we are going to in some of the future videos. So we can cover that detail. Have a little go at drawing some more rectangles if you like, and once you've got the hang of it, we can move on to the next stage of our training.